morning students. Today we'll study about nutrition in amoeba. Okay, so let us start the topic. Students, amoeba undergo holozoic mode of nutrition. Okay, as you know that amoeba is a unicellular organism. It is a unicellular organism and it undergoes holozoic mode of nutrition. So in this case in case of amoeba, the single celled organism can perform all the functions. It by itself, okay, undergo nutrition. It performs nutrition. The single cell respires, okay, and same cell can excrete out the substance, okay. So in this case, the single amoeba, okay, the single celled amoeba, the cell membrane is involved in these processes, okay. So let us start the process of nutrition in amoeba. The mode of nutrition, as I have told you, is holozoic, okay. The mode of nutrition is holozoic mode of nutrition, okay. The mode of nutrition is holozoic, and there are various steps that are included in this nutrition, in the process nutrition. The first step is ingestion. The first step is ingestion. Now what do you mean by this term ingestion? Ingestion means the taking in of food. It means taking in of food with the help of pseudopodia. With the help of pseudopodia. What are pseudopodia? Pseudopodia are the finger-like projections. These are the finger-like projections that are present in case of amoeba, okay. So this is the first diagram that I am going to draw here. Suppose this is a food particle and these two are the pseudopodia present in case of amoeba, and here is the nucleus, okay. So the cell wall of amoeba undergo extensions, okay. It will modify to form the structure that is termed as pseudopodia, finger-like structure that is termed as pseudopodia to engulf the food, okay. So amoeba engulfs the food by the help of this pseudopodia. After getting in the food is getting digested, okay. The food is taken in the form of a food vacuole. So in the food vacuole, the food is digested in case of amoeba, okay. The food is digested in case of amoeba inside the body, okay. So this is the structure of amoeba, and here we have this food vacuole. The food is getting digested inside the body of amoeba, okay, in this food vacuole. Now the third step that takes place in this process is your assimilation of food, okay. Next one is absorption of food, okay. The next one is absorption of food. After digestion, the food is absorbed by the amoeba. The food is evenly absorbed and distributed. It is evenly absorbed and distributed inside the complete cell, okay, in the whole body of the amoeba, okay. So there we have the food is completely digested and it is absorbed and assimilated in the body of the amoeba. And the last we have the egestion. So in case of egestion, the undigested food, okay, the undigested food is removed, or we can say it is eliminated out through the body of amoeba. It is eliminated out through the body of amoeba again by the same pseudopodia. By the help of these pseudopodia, the cell membrane will show the extensions, and the undigested food in the form of the vacuole is thrown out from the body of the amoeba, okay. So this is the process. The first one is ingestion. In the ingestion, the amoeba engulfs the food, okay. The amoeba engulfs the food in the form of food vacuole, okay. The food is engulfed in the form of food vacuole, okay. The amoeba engulfs the food in the form of food vacuole. Now second, the food that is engulfed is digested inside the body of amoeba. Third, it is absorbed and assimilated inside the body. And at last, the undigested food is removed out or eliminated through the body of amoeba. Okay, so this is all about amoeba nutrition, the process of nutrition that occurs in amoeba. Okay, this is the holozoic, it includes the holozoic mode. Now next we are going to study is nutrition in human. Okay, the next we are going to study is nutrition in human. So talking about the nutrition in human, again it in humans the same mode is there, that is holozoic mode. Okay, the humans undergo holozoic mode of nutrition. Further, it includes various processes, that is ingestion, and the second one is digestion of food, the third one is absorption, third process is absorption, then we have assimilation, and the last one is egestion of food. Okay, egestion means the removal of undigested waste from the body. So in this process, ingestion, the food is taken inside. Okay, the food is ingested by the mouth, and in the mouth we have salivary glands. Okay, in the mouth, then from mouth it leads to the food leads to the buccal cavity. Okay, it leads to the buccal cavity. Now from buccal cavity the food enters into the it reaches to the esophagus. Okay, esophagus. Then in the esophagus there is no any digestion of food. Okay, food is temporarily stored. Then it reaches to the stomach. The food reaches to the stomach where the digestion of food takes place. Now it moves to the food after partially digested food, then moves to the pancreas, it moves to the small intestine, and it receives pancreatic juices that are released by pancreas. It is passed on to the small intestine. Small intestine has various parts. Then it reaches to the large intestine where the assimilation and absorption of food takes place. Basically, the absorption takes place in small intestine and the assimilation takes place in large intestine. And ultimately, the food reaches to the colon, rectum, and the anus. Okay, so anus is the last part that helps in the removal of the undigested waste from the body. Okay, now let me tell you something about the various glands that are involved in this process, in the process of digestion. Okay, so we have digestive glands that are involved in this process, in the process of nutrition. The first one is salivary glands. The glands that are present in mouth is salivary glands. The salivary glands produce enzyme salivary amylase. Okay, they produce enzyme salivary amylase. The second one that are present in the stomach, these are gastric glands. Okay, the gastric glands are present in stomach. They produce gastric juice. The next we are having that are pancreatic juice. The pancreas can also produce secretion, so it is also a gland. Then we have liver. Then we have the small intestine also produces a secretion that is termed as intestinal secretion. Pancreas produces pancreatic juice. And the liver produces bile. It doesn't produce any kind of secretion. It produces bile, which contain bile pigments and bile salts. So in all these glands produces enzymes or the secretions which plays a very important role in the process of digestion. Okay, in case of human beings or other mammals. Now next